we have an inner experience, very interesting, that is arriving to us in the parks, in the message, in the assesses, in different ways. And to talk to others, I think maybe we need to approach the language to them. And the theme of faith is a common language. It's a language that everybody understands when we are talking about faith. Mm-hmm. And Silo begin his teach with saying for going over the fear, para superar el temor, we need inner faith.
Yeah, in order to overcome fear.
Yeah. Yes. To overcome fear, we need inner faith. Then, if Silo talks about inner faith, I thought that there must be an external faith. Así que my first question was, what is exactly external faith? Because if I understand well external faith, I will can to arrive at the experience of the internal faith. Mm-hmm. And that is one thing. And the other thing that I believe is that we are in a historical moment of failed of all the beliefs. Mm-hmm. All what we have, I believe today, is falling down. Mm-hmm. And if the beliefs fall, you can go to the depression of the nonsense.
Yeah, the non-meaning.
And go to say, no, my true is my true, and all you are in mistake, in a fanatic way, or you are able to connect to a real experience, a profound experience. And it's a historical moment that is possible, that a lot of people can arrive easily to a inner profound experience. Entonces, I think that it's very important to try to talk with people, to interchange the possibility of this touch, of touch the sacred, touch the transcendental experience. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that is very near. Mm-hmm. And it is very possible to do this. Mm-hmm. And I am trying to look the language and the ways for talking to people and see if it is possible that en conjunto, together, arrive to important human experience. Mm-hmm. And that's the context of this workshop.
Very nice,
Very
Dario.
nice.
Thank you.
Dario.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, I think it's very needed right now. So what you've written here is beautiful, so maybe we could start reading it, right? Mm-hmm. Because
I can put it up.
Yeah, we want to make sure to try and honor just the few hours we have together.
Because the important things are being said here.
Yes, yes.
Which connect with what a lot of us feel, I'm sure. Certainly I do.
Yes,
yes.
How do we communicate all of this, even if I have internal faith?
Right, exactly. How do we communicate it?
Maybe I have to have more internal faith to communicate it.
Right.
It's a circular situation.
It is. Okay, I can start reading and then we can kind of go around for people who want to. Okay, this was Interfaith and Reconciliation, a joint exchange in Punta de Vacas, and it was on the 4th of January, 2026. So, one, the context of external faith. Faith is a very powerful inner force that can be awakened in oneself, in all of us, and in large groups, and can help us bring about positive change in ourselves and the world. The problem with this powerful force is that when it's externalized, we forget that it is our own force, and we quickly believe that it is a force that comes from outside ourselves and is given to us by another being, whether human or divine or of another nature. I always experience the force of faith within myself, but in externalization, I believe that this inner force is dependent on or comes from the object of faith, from a content of consciousness. In the internalization, that inner force is available to direct in the direction I want. I possess the force, and it is not dependent on the object to which I refer it. It is not dependent on any content of consciousness.
Could I ask a question here, Dario? Because almost immediately it seems you connect faith, inner faith, with the force. Or you refer to it as the force of faith.
Translation.
Oh, que siempre cuando estás hablando de la fe interna, tú haces la conexión entre la fe interna y la fuerza.
Sí. It's true. It's true. And this, I play with that. It's true. I think that when I talk of faith, faith is an act and an object.
Uh-huh.
If I separate the object of the act, this act is force.
Yes.
When I refer the force to an object, is faith. I something like that.
Yeah, this for me was a very interesting, I'm going to call it a move. You know, like a if we were playing chess, you moved a piece that surprised me in the move.
Right.
You are a poet, Ken. You are a poet.
Right.
And because I never really made that connect, I had faith in a separate compartment or category than the force, to be honest. And then I think I realized for myself, I never understood internal faith. It was just external faith. And really, to be honest, I rejected it. I rejected faith because I felt it had nothing to do, it had something to do outside of myself. So this was a very good move you made for me personally, I would say.
Good. Jaque al racionalismo.
Oh, check to the rationalism. You put rationalism in checkmate.
Very good.
Very good.
Can I mention one thing that I had a conversation with Silo at one point, and he mentioned, yes, you need internal faith, and then he kind of made a pause and said, well, that's kind of redundant.
He said it's redundant, the faith and the
internal faith. To say internal faith is redundant.
Right.
So.
Right.
Redundante.
Yeah.
Redundante sí, que no es necesario porque fe es interno.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so that's why I really think it's interesting how you're bringing this up as an externalized faith, which it would be really interesting to be able to separate that, knowing that real faith can only be internal, right? It's an internal experience.
Because when I I love somebody and this person goes out of my life for any reason, in the first moment I feel that this person goes with my love.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Take my love.
And really, he goes or she goes, but not with my love. My love is in me.
Mm-hmm.
and when I realized that, well, it's the reconciliation of that check. ¿Cómo se dice? Fracaso?
Failure.
Failure. And with faith, something, you put faith in a friend, and that friend do something different, and you lose your faith. But really, it's not like that. Really, your force is in you. You put it in your friend, and when your friend goes to another road, your force is in you, is still in you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But because of the externalization, you think that that person goes with your faith.
Yeah.
That the faith is in him and not in you.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lovely.
And on top of it, betrayed you as well.
Yeah.
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 So true faith doesn't depend on the object. The object can come and go, right? But if you've got that inside of you, it's there. Independent of the object.
Okay. Sigamos.
Okay.
Okay.
Faith is the force of a belief, not the belief itself. When I confuse faith with belief, I speak of external faith. When I possess faith and can refer to it whatever I want without losing sight of the fact that my intention guides that force, I speak of internal faith. Faith is external when I believe that my internal force is provided by that belief. It is internal faith when I understand that it is my inner force that gives life to the belief. This historical moment is one of the failure of beliefs. All kinds of beliefs are collapsing. Those that appear yesterday and some that have accompanied us for thousands of years. It is the time we are living in. The world in which we believed is crumbling for each of us. We are so identified with our beliefs that we don't know we believed them until they crumbled. From an evolutionary point of view, we can say that our inner force is freeing itself from its bonds, from its old beliefs, to prepare to create a new world with more evolutionary beliefs. When a world collapses, it's not just that the buildings fall, although that also happens. It's also that our beliefs crumble. We didn't know they were our beliefs until they fell away. But their collapse doesn't necessarily mean we lose faith. On the contrary, we are in a position to recover our faith for new evolutionary steps.
Well, I think this is very important because it's a way to look the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very, very difficult moment, but really it's an opportunity at the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we need to make internal and exterior changes because we feel that humanity itself is collapsing. Mm-hmm. So then we need to make changes internally and externally to compensate for that. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we might ask ourselves, are we really prepared for all our beliefs to collapse? You know,
No.
in many ways, even though we've done this work for a long time, we might not be fully prepared for what is already happening. And
See, you know, Ken, Silo always talk about this, but always I thought that Silo speaks of the beliefs of the other people,
Oh,
not mine.
Really?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
not us.
All of the beliefs of other people.
Yes. Shall I go ahead?
yeah, I mean, just before we move on, I had a belief about faith itself that was not useful, you know, and that made me reject the whole concept of faith, right? So I'm very grateful for this new understanding of faith, the inner faith.
Good.
Yeah. All right.
External faith is habitual faith. Consciousness is lost and taken over by the object of faith, by the belief. Our inner force remains imprisoned by the object of faith. It would be important to recognize external faith within ourselves. Examine when you have felt let down lately or surprised by unbelievable situations, which, by the way, happens every day now. I am facing external faith, and I can see why beliefs fails. It's not the situation that fails, but what I believed about that situation. By recognizing and reflecting on the fact that something that was the complete truth for me actually was not, that I only believed it to be true, but it wasn't true. In that reflection, I will begin to reconnect with the inner force that is becoming available again. So there is a force within the human being, within each of us, a force that we place in our beliefs. We have mistakenly thought that those beliefs possessed our inner force and gave it to us. We are in the era when those beliefs have completed their cycle, when they are failing, and our inner force is detaching itself from them and preparing a new evolutionary moment. One more thing about external faith. When a belief falls away, we have three possibilities. The first is nihilism. The second is fanaticism. And the third, which we will study here, is the internalization of faith or internal faith.
Go ahead.
In the first possibility, nihilism, the belief that gave me meaning falls away. I am left in meaninglessness, and I become detached from all my affections until I am lost in self-absorption. In the second, fanaticism, I force myself to maintain the belief in which, paradoxically, I no longer believe, with internal violence and intolerance. The third, that of internal faith, is the one we're going to explore now.
Dario, could you just say a little bit more about the fanaticism and the nihilism?
The way that, the habitual way that we take when something that give us sense fall down, I get depressed. Today, everybody is in depression. A lot of people. and is in depression because things that were the sense of life for them,
The meaning.
provisional sense of life, are going down, and the psychological answer is life is have nonsense for them.
Yeah. Non-meaning.
And you get depressed. But depression is in a structure with resentment.
Oh, that's interesting.
What was that?
Depression and resentment are
Some structure with resentment.
una estructura.
So,
Because when a belief fall, I always look who is guilty of that for
Right.
that situation. Something is guilty of my fail.
yeah.
Yes.
See?
Yeah.
And guilty, when I look for the guilty, is the structure of the resentment.
Okay. So,
See, okay, but dime, Janet.
yeah. No, so resentment, the failure of beliefs is tied structurally to resentment
See,
In the nihilism.
in the nihilism. And in that state, we always look for guilty ones too.
yes.
Including
That is
yourself.
The state of nihilism, depression, non-meaning, but always is a root in resentment.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very, very interesting this because for me this is very experiential. If I am in the non-meaning, first of looking meaning, I look to whom I resentment.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
and is in the tree of the ¿cómo se llama el árbol?
Internal states. The internal
yes,
states.
Yes, it's there
Yeah.
that relation. It's not an invention. I experience like that, but it's thanks a silo that I arrived to that experience.
Yeah.
That relation between non-meaning and resentment. But it's very important because today it's a lot of people in this situation.
And does the fanaticism go the other way then? You affirm
fanaticism-
yourself in
Fanatism is another way of resentment.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Because I will not lose my faith because my true is my true. And
Yeah.
the wrong people are the people that are against my truth.
Yeah.
Then I fight with that people.
Yes.
yeah.
But really, the fanatism, they don't have faith. They sustain. No, ¿cómo se dice?
Sustain.
Sustain the beliefs with internal violence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Internal what?
Violence.
Violence.
Oh, yeah.
My truth with violence, I fix it.
Yeah.
But that is not faith. That is internal violence.
Yes.
You know, fanaticism, yeah, that's what fanaticism, yeah, exactly.
It occurs to me that I must be nihilistic because I don't have resentment against people I know, but certain world leaders I do. So maybe I need to transform my attitude. Right?
Yeah. I mean, you have to focus on the internal rather than the external.
Yes.
Maybe.
Right.
That's really interesting.
Claro, because we thought, Kathy, that our problems, the social problems, the problems of our community is because of that leaders.
Yeah.
And if you reflect a little more, it's not like that. We have problems independent of that leaders. We have problems to each other in our relationships, in our solidarity, in a lot of things that avoid that the community come together really, and that's nothing to do with the leaders. The leaders exist because we have these community problems.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
Así que the resentment with the leaders is also some beliefs that are falling down about myself, my people, the thing, and I say the leaders make this to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems, Dario, that then resentment is like the fuel or the fire, and it can push you towards the total non-meaning of nihilism, or it can push you towards fanaticism.
Sí.
But underneath both of those, the nihilism or the fanaticism, is the resentment, right?
Sí.
Yeah.
Sí. The father of resentment was Nietzsche. You remember? O sea, of nihilism was Nietzsche.
Yes.
And he write a lot of resentment.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche. Oh, Nietzsche. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Resentment.
God is dead and all that.
Resentment is a key. Is a key of for work with
Non-meaning.
non-meaning, depression, a lot of things of psychological problems, a lot of things.
Yes.
No,
And it seems that it gives birth to violence, and when the violence goes inward, it's nihilism, and when it's externalized, it can be fanaticism. But it's the same inner violence that's there. Yeah. Yeah.
But then you don't trust yourself. That's part of it.
Aquí me llegó el refuerzo.
Yeah. Jeannie said something important, I think, too, about this inner faith is when you don't have it, you don't trust yourself.
Because how do you know? You know, you were so sure before.
Because you thought you knew, you affirmed yourself in a belief that was shaky. So then you can't trust yourself.
Or anybody else.
Or anybody else, right? Exactly.
Right, exactly.
And do you have examples about external faith?
Well, this is really good because we're just on the group exchange, and I think this question is really good for all of us because it's exactly what you're asking, Dario. The question is, in what situations in my life am I losing faith or have I already lost it? Review situations in which I have lost faith and whether I've taken the path of depression, meaninglessness, resentment towards responsible ones, self-affirmation, which is fanaticism, or deep understanding or reconciliation. So I think, should we just take a minute? How should we structure this?
Yeah, Dario, just remind us, did we break into small groups to talk about this?
that question?
Eso sería lo ideal.
That would
we
be the
have
ideal.
small groups
All right, so I
for
can...
interchange these questions.
Yeah. Shall we do this for, what, 10 minutes, do you think?
Okay, 10 or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 or 15.
Let me just repeat the question so people remember it. In what situations in my life am I losing faith, which is the present, or have I lost it? Look at those situations where you've lost faith, and did you take the path of depression, which is a non-meaning, or resentment to those responsible, or self-affirmation, which is fanaticism, or a deep understanding or reconciliation? Does that sound so? Just in what situations, like currently or in the past, and what was your mental position in front of the loss of faith? And 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A few minutes to reflect and then write if you can, and yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody want me to restate the question? I think it's just basically, the am I losing faith or I've lost it, and it's made me depressed or it's made me resentful towards that. It's made me fanatical.
Yeah, it's nicer.
Or I've got a deeper understanding or insight where it's leading me to an understanding or a reconciliation.
Or all of the above.
Yeah, or all of the above, right?
One thing that's in here is because the reveries kind of drive your belief in certain external forms. I mean, on a subconscious level.
They do, because they give you your, I think Dario mentioned it earlier, they give you your provisional meanings, your reveries.
Exactly.
And we're trying to get something more essential,
Yes.
because the provisional is time bound. It's the historical moment, all of that is what gives us our provisional meanings. And
Yes.
if we build our life in those,
Yes.
they will collapse.
They all fail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think they have a lot to do with external security. Also, many reveries is like we're looking for stability and security and what makes us feel good.
I had a note from. This is the third time I've done this retreat now, and I had a little note here about wanting to move in the field of freedom more, and you can't do that when we are dependent on all these external things happening or not, or being right or wrong, or
Yes.
so I have to start doing things as an end in themselves, to go back to that lovely principle about all this.
And then if you're only good and you do everything you're told to do and you believe it deeply, that it's all going to come to fruition when you die. And then all you have to do is hang on till you die, and then you get everything. You get everything. And now to see that perhaps that is your own illusion, I think I can understand how you get angry. And how you lose all your faith. And you have to find your faith in a new way.
Yeah.
Into this thing.
So, and that leads into like the next the next part of this.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. The context on inner faith. Now, the first characteristic of inner faith is that it is an intentional act. I intentionally put my force into something dear to me. If I'm disappointed, I reflect and recover the availability of my inner force. My force is not trapped in or dependent on the object of faith. Inner faith is not a gift or a grace. It is a vital energy that I can experience and use to charge certain mental images and to direct my actions toward a desired outcome. The second characteristic of inner faith is that I experience...
Okay, then it's very important.
Okay.
What is inner faith? The first characteristic of inner faith is that it's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I up my faith, my force. It's an intentional act.
Mm-hmm.
That I will use it and put it in some image.
Mm-hmm.
But I am from my interior is an internal mental movement.
Uh-huh. Yes. Okay.
First characteristic.
Yes.
It's not somebody that gives me faith to me.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
If somebody gives me the faith, it's an external faith.
Right.
Okay. Then first characteristic is the intentional.
Is the intention, right.
Intention.
It's a vital energy that I can experience.
Yeah, and you're breaking the dependency then on the object, like you say there also.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See, because it's usual that people believe that faith is something that given by God, is given by God, or is given from, or you born with faith, or you born without that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we are breaking that thinkings and saying something different.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
That's that thoughts.
So
Okay.
first thing in the morning you say, I have faith in myself and in everything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, God.
Yeah.
It's like
That could be an
It's like
affirmation.
plugging your iPhone in, charging your iPhone up.
Yeah. The second character is Janet.
Of inner faith, the second characteristic of inner faith is that I experience a synesthetic sensation of the force I set in motion. The synesthetic sensation of that force that I place in another is the register of inner faith. Thus, inner faith is intentional and it has an internal register, the synesthetic sensation of that intention. This register is very important since when I lose it, it shows that my faith is being externalized.
That was
Wow.
well.
Esto ya, this is the second character. And you see here is a new consciousness state.
State of consciousness.
Yes, a new state of consciousness. I put an intention in motion.
Mm-hmm.
But I have the register of that intention.
Yes.
As an aesthetic register, then we can do this in this moment. We can try, thank you, Ana. Ya, ayúdame. We can try to do this in this moment.
Yes.
I will put faith in somebody here. In his future, in his possibility to transcendent.
Right.
And I do that intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
And to do that, I have a register of the intention I put in motion.
Yes.
Then I am in a new stage of consciousness, near, ¿cómo se dice conciencia así?
Consciousness of yourself.
Consciousness of
Self.
self.
I'm close to self-consciousness.
You know, Dario, you're reminding me of an anecdote here I heard about somebody asking CeeLo. I'm not going to get it totally correct, but more or less.
I know.
Somebody asking CeeLo, how can you put up with this guy, right? You know, he was talking about somebody, and he said something like, you never know when somebody's going to wake up and realize what they're here for. Was it the comment or something like that, you know?
Wait. Nunca, no saben en qué momento este gallo se puede despertar y entender para qué está acá.
Wow, beautiful.
You know, that's a wonderful example of having faith in
Yes.
in the possibility of everybody, you know. Yeah.
Well,
And also, I think have to do with the remind me the ceremony of well-being.
Of well-being.
When you feel,
well-being.
Yes.
claro, el bienestar, que tenés que sentir el bienestar. You have to feel the well-being to hope for the other.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sí,
Exactly.
Sí, muy importante, Bea. Sí.
Yes. One other anecdote about CeeLo was, I think Jorge Pavon told me this one, where CeeLo was either with him or a friend, and
Was with Jorge.
It was with Jorge, and Jorge said, you know, CeeLo, sometimes when you look at me, I feel that you can see through me. You can see all of me, you know. It makes me a little nervous, right? It's like he can scan the person.
Sí.
And CeeLo said to him, Jorge, if I can see through you, I'm seeing the best of you. What I'm seeing is the best of you.
Wow.
No, I love that. No sabía.
Watch me.
Remember the last sentences of the speech about human. You remember about human?
What's
on being human?
On being human.
Yes.
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 And the last sentences was something like, and when all is darkness, and when human being is in the total darkness,
Yes.
I have a faith in his future possibility.
Possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a beauty
I have faith in
in their future possibility.
In their future possibilities. Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Future possibilities.
And it's an example of putting of inner faith.
Right.
Intentionality, inner faith.
Right. Just one last comment, you know, about the synesthesia. Just the opposite is true too. When I lose faith, I can feel that in my synesthesia, and it feels like a falling, como una caída.
Sí, sí, sí.
And you can register it. It's called in English we call it disheartenment.
Yeah.
So you kind of lose your heart, you know, you lose. Es como una caída
Qué fuerte, ¿eh? Qué fuerte experiencia.
with
A
the
very hard
synesthetic.
experience.
You dogs?
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, so I'll go on to the third characteristic. The third characteristic is that my inner faith is related to something dear to me, such that when I place my inner force in what is dear to me, the synesthetic sensation of my inner force is not lost, but is reinforced, Therefore, that which I desire, charged by my inner force, is a very special object of faith. What I desire, the object of the act of inner faith, is not an object, but another intention, an alien intention that I cannot appropriate, compel, or possess. It is an intentional faith, that is, it is born from freedom, and it refers to something that also possesses freedom, is in itself independent of my intention. Whether it is another human being facing me or the intuition of a transcendent intention, the act of faith refers to the other, which is outside my control and independent of my will. The desired, the other, is not something that is, since its being escapes each time I define it. It is something that has a quality of process, of direction, of change. What is desired by inner faith is revealed, unveiled, built.
This is a fully loaded paragraph, Dario.
Very mysterious.
Yes.
Needs to be studied.
Yes, we have to talk about this one, I think.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, it's a very emotional paragraph.
It's very emotional, yeah. And you call it a very special object of faith. And what you desire is another intention, right? And you call it an alien intention that you can't possess it. So you're connecting with something much deeper here. It's like the universal intention, I think. That's what I feel, the evolutionary intention, I think, is what Silo calls it, right?
But I am agree with you, Ken. But really, that intention is Nishwan.
Is what?
What?
It's
what? Oh, it's in each of us.
It's there, yeah, because you give it at the end, it's unveiled, it's revealed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning to say it's always there. I think something like that.
Are you talking more like the purpose?
Well, I always understood this from Silo as the universal intention, evolutionary intention.
Claro, but it's true what Nicole says. Here we are talking about some kind of experience that we put, depending of the angle we are talking about, we put it in different words.
Yes.
But we are talking about a similar experience.
Yes.
What experience?
When Nicole said you are talking about the purpose.
The purpose.
Proposito.
Sí,
The proposito.
Or I am talking of the feeling of human.
Mm-hmm.
The human being in me and in you. Or you are talking about the experience of internal faith that I put in human being and the process of this
The species.
The
human species.
The human species, yeah.
There is an experience that is inside of us that we are approaching.
the sacred, no?
Yes. Huh? Approaching?
Yeah.
Sacred.
Yeah.
It's like having faith in the intangible, the nameless. You know,
See.
that's the way I feel it. It's like intangible, you know.
See. Then Janet, what I try to say is that I describe these three characteristics of inner faith. Okay, but now we can little by little begin to put ourselves in that experience.
Yes.
Huh? I wake up an intention of love, an intention of being near to you, close to you, and I feel that synesthetic register in me talking to you, and then I connect not with my intentionality, I connect with you, in me. And I am in another consciousness state in this moment.
State of consciousness.
State of consciousness, and very inspired.
Yeah.
Inspired.
Or very close to inspiring all of us. All of us. Because we are syntonizing in a place, inner place. You are in your inner place and me in my inner place, and in a way we are syntonizing an experience, a common experience.
So it's really breaking down a dualism. It's breaking down the feeling of separation, right? And by entering into a process and accepting change, rather than solidifying a belief in a certain object, you break through the illusion of separateness. You break through the illusion of dualism, or that we're,
Thank you very much, Lauren.
And in that's
Solipsismo.
And that's where things start to be unveiled, right? It's in relation to the other that somehow the creative emerges, right?
Wow. Thank you very much. Exactly.
La ruptura del solicismo. Y también, como sí lo dice, si yo profundizo en mí, tú profundizas en ti, ahí nos encontramos, ¿no?
Yeah.
How
Yes,
I
Bea.
say in English? I don't know.
Yes, Bea.
To translate in English.
Yeah, if I go to the profound in me and the profound in you,
It's the same.
it's the
And
same.
you go to the profound in yourself.
In yourself.
We meet. Yeah.
We meet
can
there.
meet
Well,
there. Yes.
and these kind of experiences are very close because of the historical moment of the falling of beliefs.
Yeah.
¿Ya? Entonces, with a little effort, we can synchronize with others quickly.
And
Because
Yeah.
people are
ready for it.
sí, desnudos, ¿cómo se dice?
They're naked.
Naked.
Naked, without dreams.
They're stripped of their reveries.
Yeah.
Yes.
It reminds me of why, as it maybe sounds strange, but why I actually find it interesting to go to funerals. Not because of what happened to the person who died, but rather for the persons who who are there at the funeral, they're in a very different tone than they normally are. It's like the eye has been
Yes, right.
removed,
Yes.
and like we're all looking at each other, recognizing that we're having this experience that's much deeper than our everyday life.
Very true.
I'm thinking of, we had an earthquake here in 1989 in the Bay Area, and there was so much solidarity. Do you remember, Janet?
Yes, it was
true.
It was wonderful.
It's true.
Yeah.
It was. I've never experienced that with so many different people, and people were helping each other, and you could just really feel it.
You really could, Kathy. That's right. And I think we realized we all could have died, that we were close. If it had been another minute of that quake and, a lot of people, and it gave us humility, like the funerals. You feel stripped and vulnerable, right?
Yes.
Like after 9/11 in New York was like a sweet place.
I bet.
Right.
It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
It's hard to imagine for like 5 days, and then the anger started. But there was like 5 days where people actually opened the door, they looked at you in their eyes, and they felt, anyway,
Yes.
that was a really extraordinary moment.
See, and I think that this is a moment that we are living.
Yeah, we are living.
We are living at that.
A psychological earthquake almost every day.
Right, exactly.
That is the moment. And that's why I think we are, the consciousness is close to arrive to more profound places.
To get into
More profound places, yeah.
places.
Yes, definitely. And to find this essential, I can say before, this,
See,
essential thing. No more, reveries and stuff. We're looking for the essential. They start to, develop.
Right.
Yeah, next paragraph.
Okay, yes. What is desired by me in the case of interfaith reinforces the act that seeks it, concentrates the inner force that imagines it. It privileges the inner commotion and not its material or spiritual, quote, reality, nor its possession or concretion. Concretion? Interfaith does not seek to validate the object of faith, but to experience itself, gaining ever more independence, autonomy, or freedom from the object to which it refers. Interfaith.
This is very important.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is very important because it's always a belief that faith, you must have a result.
Yes, right.
And it's the result that fortifies the faith.
It's the result that strengthens the faith.
Yes. Yeah.
And we are saying the opposite.
Right.
It's not important, the result.
Yeah, you don't need it.
The important for the inner faith is to register it, registrarse a sí misma.
Yes.
To register itself.
Experience itself. Yeah.
A little bit like Shakespeare, to be or not to be. It's you want it to be.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Claro, es verdad.
Yes. And I wanted to say, even with ourselves, I have to tell you, a number of us at sometimes when we've gone into a little crisis or something, will go, what's wrong with me? I've been a Celoist for years. I'm studying the doctrine. This shouldn't happen to me. I mean, people sometimes say that in us. So, without looking at how to really generate that inner faith inside. Anyway.
Sorry.
Inner faith is an intentional act as a response to a need experienced as a vital need for future and meaning. Inner faith is not awakened by fear or by social pressure or by education. In all those cases, we achieve only an external faith, which has at its root a certain degree, more or less crude, of imposition. What is desired from my inner faith, instead of generating dependence or the anxiety of possession, makes my look rebound towards my interiority, and I experience the recognition of my own faith or inner force.
Okay. Entonces, you see, we are talking about an inner experience that we can put in motion in this moment. Is a stage of consciousness. And it's important what Lauren said, that we do with others. This kind of exercise, I do it with people. Not when I take a coffee with someone, when I am in a meeting, in a familiar dinner, anywhere with others. I can almost when I am in a crisis with somebody, I can do this exercise of inner faith. When I am feel tension with somebody.
When I'm frustrated.
Good too. What I say now.
Frustrated.
But when I've been cheated by somebody.
When I feel that my projects cannot go on, I do these exercises.
With others, you're saying? Yeah.
It's like, sorry, he does it like quietly. He doesn't say, well, now I'm putting faith on you. It's just, he has an attitude in doing it, but it's just changing his external attitude. He doesn't say, oh, you know, Lauren, now I'm putting faith on you.
I do when I talk to Lauren. You understand? No, when I with others, I am doing these exercises.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
I can see that, Dario. I experience that. It's a wonderful way to be with somebody.
You know,
fully human. It's a fully human way to be with somebody. That it is.
Right.
I think that's what CeeLo was doing. You know, with his. Yeah.
I had a comment. We were with Rafa Edwards in Chile in January, and he told me he had changed his technique of ascesis, that he had done it the formal way, and then he decided instead he was just going to wake up every day and see how to help others. You know, that his meditation was going to be, how can he be good to others, or, you know.
Qué lindo. Sí, no, this is very important because we are intersubjective.
Yeah.
There is an intersubjectivity among us.
We believe that we are isolated, but it's not true.
Right. It's not true.
And then it's very important how I put with others, and situations change. How I put myself, how I go to others, and the situation changes. And if it no change, I change.
Right.
So
Yeah.
at least maybe the situation externally doesn't change, but
Yes.
he changes.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the experience that is here?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We can do.
Nicole, I inspired in 1981.
I got my.
You did
I
what?
got my
Yes.
inspiration.
You were inspired by the Blue Light Mission, Nicole. He was inspired when, so you love to stand and hug, go to your brothers and your family and say something great and wonderful has happened to me, right? Something like that, right, Dario?
See,
That was so nice.
look, if it is true my hypothesis, that
If my hypothesis is true,
if my hypothesis is true, and an important experience is very close to human being, it's good to try to approach this experience to others.
Yes.
to handle, to
Yeah.
Sí, acercar esta experiencia a otro.
It's important to give this experience to others, or to handle this experience to others.
And that's the intention of this ceremony. And of course, I have very good feedback of new people.
Great.
No, it's not, of course. When he did it, the new people had a very nice experience.
Yes.
Because they don't know our look. Then try to do it. Who
Okay.
want to do the experience?
Who would like to read that experience?
Do you, Janet?
I can,
Wh-
or
which
somebody
one
else.
Are we doing?
We're doing finally the experience of interfaith and reconciliation, right, Dario?
Right.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Let me
We'll
bring it
get
up.
it up.
Sorry.
We'll bring it up.
Oh, there we go.
And
Yeah.
you put it in inner faith, in this state of inner faith, and you read it for us.
Yes.
You put
Okay.
yourself in this state and you read it.
Yes. Okay. So if people want to get comfortable in their chairs. Yes, I'm going to read. I'll read that. Right, I know.
Sorry.
If people want to get comfortable and take a couple of deep breaths and close your eyes and just get comfortable with yourself. Just exhale any tension you have. And just be here and now. Let's make contact with our inner faith. We will make this contact intentionally, out of need. And because we want to get out of the situation of meaninglessness and resentment. We will awaken our faith in our interiority. And with it, we will illuminate our lives towards reconciliation, towards the future, and towards action to help or collaborate with others. So let us reflect on this. Do I truly want to awake inner faith? Do I truly want to awake inner faith? Do I want to direct it towards reconciliation and collaborating with others? We are here now in this virtual circle of good friends. So let us prepare ourselves to find and accept our inner force. I prepare myself to feel within me the force of life. I feel that I exist and that those who are in this virtual circle beside me exist. And I observe myself while I feel the presence of those who are here with us. Now I recall the resentment and observe it in my mind. Each one has been responsible for what they did. Each one responsible for their own actions. But I am not guilty. No one is guilty for what happened. Now I recall my strongest fear. I observe that fear. I feel that observer. I feel the observer looking at the fear. I feel the force and my faith within me. I make contact with that observer and I feel the force. From there, I observe my weaknesses. I illuminate my anger and my resentment and frustrations with that inner faith. I feel my inner self again, observing my weaknesses, and its look illuminates them. Finally, let us place one hand over our heart and inhale a breath and imagine that you are carrying that air to your heart. I ask strongly to distance myself from hatred, from resentment, from the desire for revenge. I ask for the desire for reconciliation with others and with myself to grow. I ask for unity. I ask for inspiration to help those close to me. Yeah. So this brings us to the closing of our exchange. And there's just a final 2 paragraphs here. Which, would you like to read it, Ken, the 2 paragraphs?
You've done.
You want
so
me to
lovely.
read?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've
All
done
right.
it so
I'll continue
lovely.
then. All right. The closing of the group exchange. Faith, the force of beliefs, can synchronize in human groups and guide important social changes. When these human forces are set in motion, and we've already seen that they are set in motion by historical process, that is, by the collapse of cultural beliefs, this faith will tend to externalize itself and cling to other models that will quickly also frustrate us. There will be no external model capable of completing the human search for meaning. An intentional faith, which can be placed in the other human being or in the intuition of a transcendent evolutionary intention, which reinforces the awareness of itself, could perhaps translate evolutionary beliefs for the new human being history that is approaching.
So much to think about.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really. So inspiring, Dario.
Yes,
Thank
Yes.
you for
Thank
you
you,
for
Dario.
Yes.
writing
Dario.
this,
Thank you very
for
much.
creating it, originally, and
Thank you so much, Dario. Yeah.
Nice.
Hermoso.
You're winning.
I really like this question, which could be meditated on all the time. It says, recognize moments when inner faith awakens.
Right.
What are those moments of need, and how do I awaken my inner faith and how does it grow in me? And that's in a question in the material I'll send out.
Okay.
Dario, thank you so much for being with all of us, this whole time. And Anna, too, please tell her thank you for, also Anna, thank you so much for translation and everything else. Just, thank you.
And thank you, Janet and Ken, that you put this together.
Thanks for organizing this.
Yeah.
Very, very nice to meet you. Huh?
It was lovely to have you.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Goodbye. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
A lot to think
Thank you
about
very much.
and meditate
Gracias,
on.
Ken.
Ciao.
Bueno.